back.
We back. Well, it's only been a week, man. What, episode 2?
Episode 2. We coming back with new hot fire.
Any announcements? Anything happened?
Nothing special. You know, I need to go downtown and check on the Velvet Teddy thing.
Fuck is that?
But have clothing on.
Oh, yeah.
Velvet Teddy wear and all that good stuff. I need to make sure I can use that name.
Okay.
So after I do that, then I guess we just start putting the clothes and stuff out.
Okay. So, you got any announcements you want to drop? Is that coming?
Man.
Nothing as of right now, because so this is a Swan Dog production.
Bro, it's
This is a Swan Dog production.
That's what you call it.
Yeah, it's a Swan
Let
Dog
'em know,
production.
man.
Yeah, man. So, I guess first and foremost, I want to send condolences for what happened in Conway. First and foremost, I would like to actually give condolences to that, man. There's never a good situation when people lose their lives and people are changed forever behind what happened. You got anything you want to say?
Like we was talking about out there, I mean, it is a sad situation, and you know, people are, I think, fear-mongering about it now. Like, don't go to parks, don't go outside. It's a game.
Man, say that man's name. Don't say people. Say his name, bro. Say his name, bro. We don't say
his name.
You know his name.
I have to look it up.
Yeah, the man's name is what? Ketchup-y and mustard. That's his name. Say his name.
Ketchup-y and mustard.
Whatever his name.
You know, I don't care. So I didn't know his name.
Yeah,
I seen your post.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't go to his page.
Yeah.
I just read what you put.
Yeah.
But, like, I believe what you said, that fear-mongering stuff. Like, come on, man. Because there's finished stuff out here you can go do.
So my thing behind it is also I want to say that at no point in time am I trying to, like, bash anyone's brand, or am I trying to seek any clout, or whatever y'all like to say. But I do feel like if you are a blog site or some type of media entity, you do hold a certain responsibility to report things, and especially if you are of the culture and community, you have a special you have a special role and to report things correctly and not fearmonger. I understand we want to do numbers, we want to be seen, we want to protect people, but when I'm seeing people from fucking Benton, Arkansas, or Haskell, Arkansas, all of a sudden reposting this and saying that they're scared and they need to watch out for wars, that, in other words, they would have never came down this way to begin with. So now all of a sudden we're spreading certain things that are perceived a certain way by a certain group of people.
My auntie shared that.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's absolutely okay if you want to warn people to be safe. You will never, at no point in time, get me to be like, oh, no, people don't need to be. Yes, people need to be safe. But to go to the extent, maybe I was kind of triggered by the word war, maybe a little bit, because that's a little excessive. But then again, he was like, you know, and I assume this is a male because I did look up some of the information on the page, and apparently he is a male, and like he said that's what these young cats are saying, that they feel like it's a war. So I think I had to step back for a minute and maybe look at, maybe these young cats do feel like it's a war. And why do they feel like it's a war then?
I can speak on that, man. Some kids do feel like they at war. Because when I went to war, I would come back and niggas would say I didn't have to go to Afghanistan to shoot AKs. So they acting like they in war, but they don't. It probably triggered you because you've been to a real war.
Yeah.
So you like, this is not what's going on out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can actually avoid a lot of this
Yeah,
stuff.
a lot of this stuff, yeah.
Because like I said, that whole incident looked like a rap concert. And I'm not saying rap music is the cause of this, but like, you know, certain artists bring that type of environment. That's the situation that they're bringing out. That's just what it is. Back in the day, Lil Jon, you was going to fight when they throw it up, that song come on. That's what was going to happen. They end the party with these songs. Like, let them fight and we closing the door. It's time to go home. You know what I'm saying? So that type of energy now, everything is about guns. And ski masks. They done made, what young nigga R&B? They making R&B. It's cold. I like it.
I love it.
I'm about to up the strap. Yeah. They going off.
Label dropped it bad. We put switch. I can't wait till he dropped it.
So it's just like, I mean, when you go to that environment, like, you could like the music, but when you go there, they singing about having a backpack with the strap in it. So when you see the little dude in front of you with the backpack,
so I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched some of that video, and I'm not gonna lie to you. There was like 10 straps in that thing, and I'm not gonna lie to you. My radar was kind of going to like, hey, we got to get out of here. But then again, it could have been like you said. I don't know. It could have been a rap video because I've seen several rap videos where people have said props and stuff like that. So I don't know, but apparently running prop videos.
But I'm saying on some realistic type stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've been in these. I've been in these situations where the rap videos and all it. It don't be props. It be real weapons.
But see, that's
they carefree.
But that goes back on the video guy to be like
with the chopper.
I need to verify that this is like a not loaded weapon.
Right? They'll say that, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You'll hear a rapper get on the song and say that ain't no foul smoke in the video. That's real blunt smoke. You know what I'm saying? This is real guns.
Well, you heard what Dirk said. These are props. These are not real.
Whatever. Where Dirk at?
That's why he said that. His friend told him jam. Got in the jam. Wow. That 50K didn't really matter.
Hey, they was using all type of dumb stuff. They out here, this man think he's a mob boss. Yeah. He calling hits. Allegedly. But whatever the case may be, I'm saying, you go to these environments, like I said earlier, jazz in the parks, it wasn't nobody with a backpack with a switch in it that I think I'm the only person that probably had a weapon. And it was pretty.
I doubt it.
But I'm saying, it ain't no reason for us to be on the table, going off, waving guns.
You know what? Yeah, I can. Why can't it?
I'm saying it can, but
it's my second Amendment right to bear arms. Right. If I want to walk around with my strap, I can.
But why would you be on the table listening to Jive?
Maybe it does something to me. Maybe it
you
does
want to be
something
on the table with the chopper.
Yeah, I do.
With the mask on.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, don't Sarah Huckabee.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. That is a dangerous thing.
It is.
That is why I said that.
It's very dangerous.
Because somebody said, go ahead and do your big one, Pooh, with this one.
I've been talking to Sarah. I be inboxing her. I inbox her all the time. I inbox Mary Scott. I be like, you don't see these niggas? Shut down Asher. Because Asher need to be shut the fuck down.
Hold up.
Really?
Why are you inboxing them?
Cause they clearly ignoring certain things and they not seeing this. Cause they was out there on Asher one summer, and stuff got done.
Okay. So
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
huh?
You ain't responding to me.
Okay.
I be tagging her too. You don't see the post?
No, Fred.
Yeah, I be sending voicemails, like voice memos. Sarah, they is out here acting. Bro, they acting up, man.
No, but my thing about that's very dangerous to be tagging her and stuff like that. No, it's not. No, that's
like she didn't see it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me retract.
There's a police report about
Let me retract that. It's dangerous to be pushed for agenda certain like that because a lot of times we don't know what we're really asking for because when it comes to laws and regulations, a lot of us don't understand how those work. We really don't. So what it is yes, something needs to happen. Those individuals that were responsible for what happened need to be held to justice and to the highest, but also we can't be like, we need to come up with laws to stop this and throw people like this in jail because what happens is when laws like that get in place and people don't understand how they work, everybody gets wrapped up in this. Everybody, like, once again, young kids who are valedictorians who, like to dress like this, but let's not act like wearing a shiesty just ain't a cultural thing, what they like to do. It's weird to us, but they like to do it. So once again, if you're looking for somebody who fits the description, unfortunately, that person gets wrapped up in it.
Yeah, but it's just dumb. Kids being kids, but like we realize the time, age, and what we got going on. Yeah. The shiesty is a dangerous situation, whether you in front of white folks like Sarah Huckabee or you in front of niggas too.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying?
But I think I think also we do have to retrain our mind. I think the biggest thing is it's not that we're older.
Yeah.
I think is we what a lot of old dudes were telling us and calling us, I think we're becoming them. And I think we're going to have to reconnect with the youth.
Well, like I said, my view coming from different because I'm still in the hood talking to these young folks. So it's consequences happening because of the young folks out here with the shiesty doing certain things that's in turn getting folks around my age that's trying to still, like you said, talk to you, bridge this guy. Hey, man, one no OGs here for us, but man, you ain't got to do this, do it this way, or you know, whatever. But because they out here in these streets in Conway or wherever they are doing their thing, folks can't get their get back. That's what I'm saying. My homeboys got shot by niggas in shiesties. But the reason they got hit wasn't because of what they did. That's like me getting shot at. I don't do nothing. But it was a retaliation because we can't get the young niggas. We know them older niggas from down that way too, so they just followed them and shot. You know what I'm saying? Nobody died, but shiesties and all that stuff, like I said, is dangerous on both sides because they fit the description. But when somebody, another person see a person riding through the hood with a shiesty on.
Yes and no. I think it does fit a certain narrative. But I mean, once you view a certain group of young men that look like us dangerous, I mean, no matter what they're wearing, it's still a threat.
True. That's most definitely true. And I understand it, but something got to shake. I ain't saying that she need to just start, because I get, it's going to affect valedictorians and all that. But then I also think that valedictorian shouldn't be at Superstop at 2 a.m.
Why? You know? Why can't he?
For what? I just like, it's just putting yourself in those situations.
I agree, but as a kid, we used to go to Dodgers at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because we were just hanging and we wanted chickens. Yes, it was dangerous, but once again, as a kid, you do dumb stuff all the time. Don't mean you deserve to get hemmed up or shot.
I ain't saying you don't deserve to get hemmed up or shot, but like I said, out there, like the last thing at the Superstop, how many switches was out there? How many folk? The boy was running. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those environments, almost 9 times out of 10, if you go there, it's going to pop off. And as of late in Little Rock, every night that it's been the weekend, something done popped off. You see the Little Rock Hood News dude. He's steady showing videos. Somebody shot over here. They look at he's showing the police reports. It's like 50 shell casings at every place. That's what I'm saying. They all got switches with 30 rounds. You got 2 or 3 folks. The dude out there in Conway, he had a assault rifle.
I'm trying to be careful about what I said. Little Rock Hood dude. Ain't the one dude that like little girls?
Probably, I don't know.
I don't know. We don't
it was something that he was talking crazy or something.
Ain't that the one that said, that he talked to her, she was 16?
Yeah, that was him.
Fuck him.
Yeah, that was.
Fuck him.
I mean, yeah, most definitely.
Fuck him.
But
fuck
I'm
him.
just saying on the thing.
Fuck him. I said it. Okay. Fred didn't say it. I said it. Fuck you. Go ahead.
Fuck him. Okay. He ain't my homie. I don't know that nigga.
Okay. Yeah, we don't condone stuff like that.
He go through like how ambulance chasers do.
Yeah.
He one of them people. He chasing wherever he see violence or whatever he posted. I think it's weird, but that's what people do. Yeah. So I'm saying Lil Rock been off the chain for like 4 years. It was a 16-year-old terrorizing the city. The police officers knew about the dude. Knew where he would be and everything, but they knew going after him was probably we gonna have to strap up today. So it's just, something gotta shake, man. Like, what can we do? If we not, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to Sir to be I was bullshit.
No, I know.
Because I was literally in the inbox talking shit, but you know what I mean? But it's something that we gotta do. We gotta do something in order for the kids to have that type of experience. We had 18-year-old clubs when I was 18.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about it. We gotta start investing back into that, which, people say that all the time. We talk about that all the time, but also we need to so the situation where the individuals did what they did in Conway, we got for one, you can't tell me all the people out there, gunfire was exchanged and nobody saw who did it. So honestly, let's be completely honest. We're going to have to, I know the unpopular thing is help solve these crimes. No one likes it. No one likes to talk about that. But
I think more people are though.
Okay.
Because you seen, even though they probably had the wrong person, which that was dangerous as well. Very dangerous. Because they was like, bro, the video that was going around, the light-skinned dude with the ski mask and the white girl behind him, you know what I'm saying? But the police was out there as well.
Right.
But people was like that, they was shooting. It was men and women sharing that. Like, these the people.
Okay, so okay, I know what you're talking about.
So they telling now.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just the demographic 16 to 25. That's like that demographic where it's going off. And like you say, they saying they at war. That statement that dude said, if you do go ask one of them in the streets, they will say that. Cause like I have, like the one dude say he keep a 30 round. I was like, why? Say he trying to make a mess. I thought that was. What else can you say to that? All right, bro. Cool. Like, what more you want to make a mess? Okay. But I'm saying they always feeling, like I said, that was the rhetoric every time I would come down there or whatever. I didn't have to go to Afghanistan to be at war.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm at war in the streets.
But it's the same thing we push. We got to be careful with the language in which we use. And then what happens is we plus, I think them young cats are seeing that we live in an inconsistent life. We say this, we preach a revolutionary shit, but ain't nobody being revolutionary hard. You're telling them to do this, and then all of a sudden we lay down and taking that. So I think, especially us millennials. So I mean, we're seeing it inconsistent, and then on top of that, them young cats don't feel like nobody care.
But that's, like I said, part of the thing where we talked about how we was going to that church and we was doing the community outreach. We in there boxing, we young, we from the hood, but we when we got beef, we fight. Ain't no guns in there. We fighting each other. That's just like the neighborhood stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we all cool to this day. If I see them dudes, you know, it's nothing but love, like, cause we pretty much grew up together. More of that stuff needs to happen. And like I said, with the folks, the revolutionary and us standing up for each other and doing all this stuff that I feel like needs to be done, it just ain't. We don't have the financial back. We ain't came together to handle the financial backing that takes. Because some people gonna have to go out here and you're gonna have to make an example. That's the end of the day, that's gonna have to happen. But when examples get made, who's taking care of my village?
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like the thing with the sexual assault, you know how I feel about the rap and how kids and all that. I've been on that. Like, that's been crazy.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, you were one of the few ones that actually brought to my attention about how older women and little boys. Man, like I'm not gonna lie to you.
With
like
it.
you
like my homegirl had to really sit in my face and tell me and make me feel I was groomed. And I never I like older women to this day. But she was like, I was 18, I had a 30-year-old.
No.
She was like, ain't no reason that 30-year-old should have been talking to you. But I was like, 30-year-old showed me what I wanted, though, for sure. I didn't look at it like being groomed, but now if y'all ain't coming how she was moving, I'm like, that ain't nothing. I don't want it. But it, you know what I'm saying? But with that stuff, like people were saying, man ain't standing up. We ain't standing up for the women or whatever. My thing is, I always said that's the father's job. Like, I get people, fathers not in their life or whatever, but it's your father's job to go crash out. It's your father's job to go handle that business. And like the girl told me, she said it should be the church responsibility to take care of that family after, you know what I'm saying? Even the mom is there, but that force wherever that dad was, you know, his presence, because he stood up for the community and handled business, he gonna be missing for whatever, you know what I'm saying? We got to start back standing up for ourselves. And I feel like if we handle the stuff in the community, we can fix it, but it's gonna be some, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some real stuff because you're gonna get pushed back from the young dudes. You're gonna get pushed back from the older dudes. Them people in that park look our age. Not park. That gas station in Little Rock. They look like they were 35 to 40. It was no reason for them to be out there.
No, they could be out there, I think.
Doing what?
Okay, so I guess I remember the times, which honestly it go both ways. I remember time going to Shells and McDonald's at night and kicking it and just having a good time and socializing.
That's what I'm saying. How old were you then?
I was young, but I mean, I feel like we can do that. I feel like we.
Yeah, but see, when older folk like that gas station, you got folks. Them older people be at Jazzy's, but they
still a thing?
They be jumping. Them
Really?
older people be in there.
Really?
Man.
Didn't fucking know that. Damn. Okay.
It be, if you go through there on ass, you got to bypass all the young, the dangerous stuff.
I'm finna go get me one of them suits, one of them big suits.
Hey, they be in there with them.
I'm gonna give me a big suit. Oh, I sure forgot your suit. Man.
I promise they be in there with them.
I forgot your suit. I'm sorry about that.
Steve Harvey joints.
You do. I ain't gonna lie. I had this man's suit for like a year. Damn. Can I do the installation? Every 2 weeks. I get paid every 2 weeks. $250. $250.
But they be in there with them big motherfuckers on.
I want a
Looking
big
crazy,
zoot.
and
I'm
they
talking
be
about
dancing. And the
big
women,
zoot suit.
but see the thing, how you know how they say club culture is dead or whatever. Them old women be on that dance floor dancing. It be too funny. They had the fans be popping them. It be a whole. It be
I had boots to grind, ain't it?
and they hands be heavy, as far as the bartenders. So
Oh, good drink.
it be you be in there
Good
straight. They be
drink,
playing
okay.
spades,
Okay.
dominoes. I went in here and was like, y'all really in here kicking it. Wasn't no type of bull. They chilling. But right across the street is 40-year-olds at the gas station trying to choke out what looked to be like a 25-year-old.
With his whole ass out.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you out here, bro? You at the age where you need to have a woman, or you're trying to go get a woman, or trying, like, what are you doing at 4 a.m. in the morning at a gas station?
Maybe he just wanted to kick it.
Right.
Maybe he wanted to kick it.
With the 20-year-olds.
It was a bunch of people out there.
They was 18 to 25.
Did you see IDs in that video?
Come on, man.
Bro.
We know. Look at the
This
people.
man
Look at the people in the video.
Okay.
Who had twi? There's 40-year-olds in there. They turning up. We would probably go every blue moon. What I'm saying, the normal. What are we surrounded around in the club? It's 18 to 25-year-olds.
Fun is, but in all seriousness, it's funny you say that. Did you know that demographic is more likely to actually do some self-harm to themselves? Yeah, that demographic. Yeah, that demographic he just said, which is funny because everybody wants to be hard on that demographic, but they are the more likely one to commit suicide or hurt themselves or like spiral out. Because
I think it's been like that going down the generations. Because my mom said that about us. She was like, she don't understand what all this depression and all this stuff. She was like, what is going on? I was like, y'all wasn't really dealing with emotions and stuff. So this generation is dealing more with emotions. We went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Basically, this the second Great Depression dang there finna be. And then, you know, the bombing and all that. Our generation done went through a whole lot. And these kids is the product of all this. And then you think about it. They getting a job and the pay is still what we was making in high school.
Nasty. Yeah, it's crazy.
So trying to live on your own, getting $10 an hour, and then these bosses be talking grimy to these people.
Yeah. And
then, you know, everybody takes stuff to heart now. Like, it's a life and death situation. That girl left him. Oh, my God. It's like, bruh, it's just so crazy now. And like you say, women, I don't know. It could be in the water, bro.
No, what you about to say? Well, women.
It's like everybody just.
Fred was about to say something about women.
It just
bagged out real quick. He about to say something about women. I caught that.
Folks be just, man, it's just a whole lot of just. Like that therapist said, your emotions your feelings don't really, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of feelings now. Everything is about the feelings now.
Okay. Well, Fred, say what you want to say.
I'm just saying, everything about feelings.
It's fun like you tap dancing.
I'm not everything about feelings.
Sound like you tap dancing, Fred. Say
I'm
what
just
you want to
saying,
say.
everything about feelings. We got to get, stuff still got to get out
Okay,
here
tell
moving.
me. You got to say something. You tap dancing.
I'm just saying, people is too emotional around this bitch.
Oh, why do you feel like people too emotional?
Cause what you just said.
I'm asking you.
They out here taking themselves out.
Okay.
Folks is crashing out every day
Right.
about You see the internet stuff. They posted, oh man, I came by a house. Her car wasn't there at 6 a.m. She told me she was gonna be here. He finna go kill himself now. He finna kill everybody and himself. That's a lot. That's some
Okay, well,
emotional
statistically
stuff.
speaking, we know he's not black unless he's at a party with reviewing music. He's not gonna do that.
I'm saying kill his girl and whoever else in the house. And himself.
Okay. Let me push back on that. I think we got to realize is a lot of us, when it comes to, we never had actually healthy models of what good relationships look like. A lot of us are struggling with personal demons, and then what happens is instead of us fixing it, we latch on to somebody hoping they fix us. And then all of a sudden we realize they're human or they're broken. And then all of a sudden they let us down. And then now we have this spiral thing. A lot of us don't know what healthy relationships look like. So like, once again, I can see how but once again, I don't care what nobody say. If you are with somebody and they break up or something goes wrong, it's okay to be hurt. You're supposed to be devastated. Now crashing out.
Like, you finna go mess up their life afterwards and then take yours. You can go to prison That's where you're gonna go because they left you, man or woman. That man left you. You finna go fight every female he be with.
I'm not justifying that type of behavior, but once again, it hurts. It hurts, man.
Right.
And sometimes people who don't know how to regulate their emotions, that's logic to them. That's logic to them.
Yeah, but I'm here to say it's not logical. It's illogical, and you doing dumb shit.
Duh.
Stop doing it because you're gonna go to prison.
Who cares?
And if I find out about it, I'm gonna make fun of you.
Okay, who cares?
Who?
My girl, it is. My girl left me. My girl left me. I
make
don't
a
care.
blues song.
I don't care about being logical.
You need to make a blues song.
No, I'm just saying in general. That's what
He's saying that's what's going on.
That's
The
what I'm
girls
saying. So
leaving and they get to doing the logical shit and go to the pen.
So
he's saying because of the hurt, the person don't care about being illogical, but they need to.
I know I agree, but I mean, once again, I agree with that, but I'm just saying in the moment. In the moment.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's been stories written about that. Romeo and Juliet. That was dumb. That was an official crash out. They've been doing it for years and millennia. So now all of a sudden, you finna say something or we finna say something that's gonna end this?
Yeah.
No.
It take one person. Let me be the change that need to be in this motherfucking world. Y'all need to stop crashing out and doing this dump. You're gonna go to the penitentiary, 24-hour lockdown where they treat you like a hoe. And guess who else is there? Big Bubba. He there and he got something for you. So remember, you know what he got. You know what Big Bubba got. They done freed the booty warrior. He's out here walking on the streets. You going to prison with people like him because she left you.
I appreciate what Fred just did there.
That
was a callback to our first episode. If you ever listen to our first episode,
just saying,
that was
he
a
there
callback.
waiting on you.
That was good.
He waiting on you.
That was a good one.
And he gonna tear you up because you hurt.
Yeah, they're gonna make love to you.
They're
gonna make love to you.
Every 15,
yeah, they gonna have
another
sex
woman is coming.
They're gonna have sex.
Stop it.
Yeah, he's gonna have sex with you.
Like I don't be understanding. Now I'm finna go on the rant now. I'm finna go on the rant now because it's about a whole lot of stuff about these women out here saying they've been going through all this stuff back in the day. Big Mama and all this stuff. Like like these women and prostitution and all this stuff just started existing this day and age. Big Mama was a hoe. She was out here sleeping with the milkman. She was sleeping with Jody. Your daddy is probably not your daddy, but you saying all this is happening now. This been going on. Stop saying y'all is struggling out here doing all these stay-at-home moms. Your big mama had to go down to the watering hole and wash the clothes. You got to wash and dry right there. Your kids, they was teaching kids. They was raising white kids. But you saying you got it so hard right now. You sending your kids off. You ain't got to do none of these things. You're lying. I'm sick of it. Stop it. And then y'all act like these men is just so, we hoes and all this other flippity boobity shit. Y'all hoes just right with us. We down there, we hoes together. Y'all out here popping it. And then every man is cheaters, but they all fucking somebody woman. I just don't get it, man. It don't make no sense. Stop it. Get some help. Cut it out. That's all I have to say.
You feel better now?
A little bit. I might have some more later. But a little bit. Because it just, like, yeah, man, they be saying we just these evil people.
So what conversation triggered this for you to feel like this? Because I'm just.
Nah, a woman, so a woman, you see all the posts. I put not interested, but some of them still, slip through on social media. Mm-hmm. But you sitting there, they saying, oh, man, we, women don't have to put up what they had to put up with back in the day. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is that? We can vote. We got accounts and all that. And I'm like, you didn't have that either back then. But you're saying man was treating y'all so wrong. Like women are up here and they're not doing these things that men are doing. Mm-hmm. Like, they say men are dogs. We're cheaters. But every man done been with somebody woman. Yeah. So if we cheaters, that mean y'all down here too. Stop acting like y'all aren't doing the things that we are doing when we know that you are doing them because you're doing them with us. Yeah. So then you get on social media and start down, and I feel like that's just a bad. Like you got so many women that feel like men are just evil. Black men evil. We don't stand up. We don't do nothing. We uneducated. We just out here.
I don't listen to that. Honestly, I don't listen
I'm just
to
saying,
none
it's
of that.
just
I
a
get what you're
lot
saying.
of it out there though, and it's like,
I don't
why?
listen to none of that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't. Fred, you need to change your circle. Because black women in my circle, they uplift me.
I get the
They
deleting.
uplift me. And they uplift everything around. So, but I get.
I'm
not
talking about a personal circle. I'm talking about what's being out here to fed to the mass, social media and all that. I'm not talking about the personal women in my life.
Bro, I'm not listening to these hurt.
But I'm just saying, it's steady coming through. It's steady coming through the internet, and it's. You see how the influence thing, like people act like city girls now. That's the influence.
They've been acting like city girls, friend.
More women are doing it. More women are dressing like it.
You just said they've been doing it, friend.
I'm saying they've been acting
we
like
love
hoes,
sexy
but I'm
red.
saying
Don't
more.
No,
listen to me. More so is coming out now. More women, like they said,
out.
if you trying to,
it's been
man.
out.
If you trying to find a good woman and
you
all that stuff,
you always can find a good woman.
It's harder. Like,
are you a good man?
It's harder.
Are you a good man?
It's harder to find, like you say.
I can't be a drug addict
everybody
looking for somebody that's sober. I can't do that.
Hey.
I can't do that. I can't be somebody that's dabbling in the world, but I'm looking for a godly woman. That maybe if I see that can show me what I need, but I cannot cling onto that.
What are godly women that you seen? That because I'm not seeing them. I'm not in church though, so maybe that's it.
I'm saying
I need to be in church.
Respectfully, I'm seeing them everywhere because once again, the way I view Christianity is completely different from the way other people do. I don't think if it's a solely a picture because the one I remember, the Jesus I heard of was the one in the trenches with people that were forgotten about. He was with those people, the thieves, the murderers. That's the people he wanted to be around, not the ones that were dressed in Easter best all the way, which they are fine. Please don't get me wrong, but those are the ones I take pride in because growing up, that's what we did. My great grandma, we would feed the people that were disregarded. We would go around the people that disregard. My grandpa, who was in church, he struggled with drug addiction. Mm-hmm. The pastor didn't turn his back on. He made sure to help my grandpa stay straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I view it. So I think there's a version of godliness in everybody, but do you know what it looks like?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, you go. Yeah. I'm just saying. Go see the movie Sinners. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? It's in everything, man. But once again, if you're looking for something, you must be that. You must be what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, like I said, I get what you're saying. I ain't gonna lie. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I can't say that I'm looking for something of a certain caliber and I'm not walking in that caliber with it myself.
Okay.
I can't say I'm looking once again for a godly woman, but I'm not living what I'm preaching. I don't do godly things. And once again, and I'm talking about, I'm in the club, this. Like I'm walking in a certain purpose. Like, yes, I like going to the club, but I'm not going to go there because I know what's there. Right. I know me and I know the temptation where it's going to lead, and that's not where I'm trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I think it is like on social media, to me, social media is not a real place. The perception of social media can be real, but it's not a real place. I can give a perception about me being this. How many times have we seen this person be this on social media, but then it comes out they're a complete 180 of what they present on social media. So we do have to like take that with a grain of salt. I am not with the respectability politics of saying these women twerking. That's fine. That's fine. If you want to do that's fine. If I'm not looking for that, that's fine. I'm not going over there. I'm not going over there. But I don't get to be like, well, these women need to do this. These women women can be where the fuck they want to be. If that's not what I'm looking for, be over there. That's fine.
Right. I don't necessarily give a damn what a woman does. What I'm saying is, like, if a man is out there and he's trying to just in public, like I said, I might be in the wrong places. I was just getting a sandwich at Subway. Little mama had a bra on that was see-through. Nipples pierced and all that. That was her clothes for the day. So I'm saying those type of things is getting so hard to differentiate which one is pretty much going to be a hoe and which one ain't. And you could say, hey, the way I'm liberated, I can dress how I want to dress, whoop-de-whoop. But as a man, looking at a certain thing, you're going to treat that woman a certain way. That's just what it's going to be. They can say whatever, it shouldn't be whoop-de-whoop. I'm a man. You dress like this, see-through or whatever, I'm thinking I could fuck tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Or you probably it's probably a price tag on it.
Okay, so why are you trying to fuck that?
I'm just saying.
No. I agree with you saying, but why are you trying to have sex with that? Why are you trying to have sex with that?
Listen.
No,
I'm just saying.
No, I understand what you're saying.
You act like that thing don't get hard, and it do.
But that's where you
got.
got.
So if it's attractive to a month, 9 times out of 10, a person probably gonna swing on.
But once again, you gotta remember that we have to decipher between that. So I get what you're saying.
You have to decipher between it. What I'm saying is, it's getting harder to cipher between.
But my thing about
because
it is
the godly women on Saturday dressing like them. It's the same. Even I done been to Second Baptist on John Barrow.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
they can leave the church and go straight to the club.
Okay,
booty's jiggling.
Okay, but my thing about it is also, man, we have to as men, we're gonna have to put a standard on our sex. We can't be just willing to put our penis in it, but we don't want to be with it.
I'm not true. That is true.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, though, it's harder just to differentiate. Whatever the word is.
Mm-hmm.
See differentiate. Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying it's harder to see, because when you out here, like I said, they Second Baptist. I don't think every church like this, but they definitely could leave that thing and go to a club. So it's like that's the a person going to look for a godly woman you would think to go to church, right?
So Fred, okay. So what is it that men should be looking for when they looking for a woman? What should they be looking for?
I think what best.
No, that ain't what I fucking asked.
What they looking for in a woman?
What? Once again, we just went on a rant. I support your rant.
Right. You said what should a man be looking for in a woman?
What should a man be looking for in a woman?
Whatever he needs to help his life be better. Whatever his situation be better. But I'm saying, if you going out here and you looking at a female like this or whatever, and you decide to go with this girl and she turns out to be a hoe, you done fell in love with this motherfucker, right?
What's wrong with falling in love with hoes?
Ain't nothing wrong with falling in love with them. Something is wrong with them relapsing. So it's always a chance of them relapsing and becoming a hoe again.
But you knew that.
You fell in love with
But
them.
once again, that is
so you need to rock with whatever is best for you. Now, if a hoe is best for you, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much open relationship type shit.
This nigga Fred is complaining about how females are dressing.
Hey, I'm complaining about the whole thing. Okay. I'm complaining about how they dressing and then how they turn around and act like they supposed to be treated, in my head, like a God-fearing woman. Like an outstanding, I'm treating you as you present yourself. Just like if I look like a thug,
that's dangerous.
Whatever, though.
No, Fred.
No. If you present yourself, presentation is everything. You can't sit. You're not gonna go to a job. You're not gonna go to a job interview with your titties out.
You're right.
You're not gonna perception. How you present yourself to the world is how the world see you, regardless of what you're saying. If I'm carrying an AK, that's what the world see me as.
But that's your second amendment, though.
All right, it could be that. Whatever. If I see a white man with an AK, he's a thug in my head too. What is it? He ain't exempt from it.
Okay.
He got a 30-round clip on that thing. He Swiss cheesing in my head.
Okay.
That's what he do.
I can support the consistency.
It's either way, but I'm saying however you present yourself, that's what the world see you as.
Okay.
You can sit here and say it's not supposed to be that, but that's fairy tale.
Yeah.
I mean, you come out, you got tats on your face and all that type of stuff. Speaking from a nigga, if you got dread, your stuff ain't neat and it's unkept. You got tats on your face, pants sagging and all that. What do you think people see you as? Regardless of what you want to say, they see you as that. You probably gonna do something. That's just what it is. So if a female come out, she half naked or whatever, what do you think the world see her as? Either she probably selling that thing or she a hoe. That's just reality. It's not like I'm making it up and it's my viewpoint. This is what the world sees.
You gonna let me talk?
I'm just saying.
You gonna let me talk?
You finna say some bullshit.
How am I finna say? No. I agree. No, I agree with the perception, but we can change that perception. But once again, we got to realize what that's rooted in too. Because once again, if people had a real problem with it, it would stop. Men love whores. They love them. They love them. There's the reason why. Like, men are complaining about women dressing like this way, but it's a reason why.
But you sitting here acting like it ain't a difference. Men love the fuck whores.
But once again, and that's the problem though. So you mean to tell me you're complaining about the way I dress, but it's okay enough for you to physically take your penis that is a part of you and stick it in her raw, and then yet she's still a whore?
What the raw stuff?
Condom and no condom.
Okay. But I'm saying
you're still willing to go that route with her because we know condoms are not 100%.
right, but at
But
the end
still,
of the day,
she's still good enough for you to do that too.
was not horn the number one profession other than like?
I'm not knocking that, but
so I'm saying it's been around. It's not.
So it's not been a problem.
It's a problem when the girl that you want to be with and marry and all that, because that's what they saying. You on Instagram liking the hoes, but now that I'm dressing like the hoe, it's a problem. I just want to fuck her. That's what I'm saying. You acting like men don't have that and they just don't want to fuck. I just want to fuck her. I want to build some shit with you. But because you're acting like this hoe, now I feel played, and this is where the crash out shit come in at. Because I should have been treating you like a hoe.
The crash out that he was complaining about.
But I'm
now
saying,
all of a sudden
that's gonna end you up in prison.
He's ready to crash out now.
No, I'm saying why does the crash out happen? He said because of emotions.
Crash out now.
I'm breaking it down. He said crash outs happen because of the emotions, because I'm hurting the moment. But I'm saying you hurt in that moment for man. You hurt in that moment because this other nigga done flipped your girl. He done treated her like a hoe. You been treating her like a quake. That's where the hurt come from. You should have been treating her like a hoe this whole time. This other nigga just called you and your girl getting smacked on the phone, on FaceTime, hanging up the phone.
Fred, you have made this whole scenario.
I'm making what it's on the internet. We got it together. It's be there. Many videos of it. A lot of them.
I get that. I'm with them on the emotions.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm the one that said that. I understood that. Now all of a sudden he created this scenario where some girl getting hit on FaceTime from the back. You done fell in love with her. Now
I'm saying the motherfucker, like you said, what's wrong with being in love with hoes? The relapse. She done relapse on FaceTime, called you. Hey, bro, she gonna call you back. All you hear.
See, Fred. Now you notice he just went from this to all of a sudden you hear clapping in the back.
What you mean? You ain't seen the video? Bro, you done heard the video. I call you back. You done heard it. Boom. He calling. He said, hey, bro,
I'm not saying it don't happen.
So it ain't. It's happened to so many dudes. They call him. Hey, bro, why do you keep calling his phone?
But it has happened.
You hear your girl in the background. Bro, stop calling his phone. All you hear is. Yo.
You see how he added all this on now? And as he tells the story, it progressively gets worse to justify the crash out. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, because when you get into a situation like that, you only seeing the first little step. You don't, when you get to thinking and letting marinate, all the other stuff. Think about what you was doing. And she a hoe for him. A therapist got on the internet. That's what I'm saying. The therapist got on the internet and said, I'm going to marry him because he's safe. But I'm attracted to this guy. Now I would do so many freaky things to him. She not doing that freaky things to the safe dude. She going to go cheat with that man. And what's going to happen? Dude going to be calling.
What's going to happen, Fred? Please tell us what. What else, Fred?
Huh?
What else, Fred? What are you going to hear?
She called them little pet names and stuff. All type of wild stuff going
Call
on.
them pet names?
Yeah, bro. Sexual names. He hearing this. Now he the big bubba. He on his way, on his route. That shouldn't happen though. But it do, man. I'm just saying, bro. These women in church be out here shaking, you know what I'm saying?
Do we have any other announcements? Because apparently he is on Big Bubble right now.
I'm just saying, man, stuff wild out here. Look, I don't know. I'm just saying.
You just saying
where we need to go to find. What'd you say? The God fearing women.
Bro, most men don't like God fearing women. We just want us a nice young lady.
Who don't like? Why they don't like God fearing?
I said some. I said some.
They like hoes.
Huh?
They like hoes.
Yeah.
There's only two types, either hoes or God fearing.
It's all in between, but I'm just basing on what you just said.
I'm asking you the question. I'm just saying niggas be liking fuck hoes. But they be wanting to create a family with a woman that isn't a hoe.
Because motherfuckers scared somebody else gonna get their old lady.
I mean, that and just hoes be doing a lot of shit. They just be out
Humans do a lot of shit. So
yeah.
Fred, you sexist? You sexist
And you
Fred?
call it what you want.
You sexist Fred?
I don't care. Call it what you want. Call it what you want.
You sexist Fred?
Against hoes.
Yeah. Why?
Sexist against hoes.
What happened, Fred?
Ain't nothing happened to me.
Bro, something triggered you.
Nah, that stuff I be getting triggered on the internet. I be arguing
Fred,
with white folks.
Fred, you say dumb shit all the time on the internet.
I be arguing with white folks.
And I'm not gonna lie
comments
to
and
you.
shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Swan, I fucked around and I wanted to tell him happy birthday, but I had to make sure it was his birthday. Because he had this shit to where he randomly tell people thank you for a birthday wish and it don't be his birthday.
What,
He has done this several times.
I tell everybody thank you all the time.
For birthday wishes when it's not your birthday, Fred.
Bruh, I celebrate myself. It don't matter. Look, multiple. Who gonna celebrate you like you? You know what I'm saying? So
That's the
next
difference
month,
between celebrate yourself and your birthday.
next month might be my birthday again. And on my birthday, I treat myself more than I would do in any other
Why
day.
is that, Fred?
Cause like it's your birthday.
Because he dying to the cross daily.
Dying to the.
New, you know,
You can't get that loud. You can't get that loud.
new creature.
He's a new creature.
You understand?
I'm just saying, you gotta celebrate yourself. Who
Uh-huh.
celebrate you like you? What you doing on your birthday? Exactly. It don't be too much of nothing. You still end up having to pay bills.
Man, when is y'all dropping
pay
these
people
potatoes
for
again?
stuff.
When y'all dropping these potatoes again?
Probably
bro?
Saturday.
Saturday. Do they put
Yeah.
an order in?
You do.
Oh, you still doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back with it.
Talking about the bed, whatever, the clothing line. I want to know more.
Yeah, we gonna have the Velvet Teddy. If I can get the LLC, I might have to change the name, but it's still gonna be the teddy bear with the glasses or whatever. We gonna put it.
Yo, keep talking about it. Yeah, keep talking about it.
And
Yeah.
then like we got the catering business, Full Belly Kitchen and Catering, and then we got Veteran Lawn Service, Full Belly Kitchen and Caterings. Yeah, we drop potatoes. We got all type of the menu.
It's his potatoes.
is on,
The reason why I brought up the potatoes because that potato is really really good. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Yeah.
it is really good. I've got it a few times actually.
but we got healthy options. Basically, we got chefs. You know what I'm saying? License and all that stuff. Whatever type of food that people want to see, we try to create it. New things you can think of, we'll try to create that. But we have healthy options. We do meal preps. We do the whole nine. And Veteran Lawn Service, what I initially created Veteran Lawn Service for, it's a lot of disabled veterans that cannot cut their grass. So I kind of wanted, I didn't know how to get the grants or whatever to make that service free. So people were hitting me up when I initially did it, veterans, and they have acres. And they were just like, man, I'm in a wheelchair now. I need this cut. Like, in, different areas in Arkansas. And I was like, I couldn't do it because I was like, man, she need 3 acres cut. She was like, it's high. And I was like, man, I got to charge. And she just was like, yo, that service free. So I'm still in the process of trying to figure that out. How I can make it free to, you know what I'm saying? Certain veterans that can't help themselves and things like that. Because you think of it, you got men and women as vets.
Yeah.
You got these older women and stuff. So
Some of them get. We'll have to talk outside of it.
Right. So it's just that's what I started it for. But then, like I said, I also want to kind of hire veterans because I know how coming out the military could be. People think that when you get out of basic training and everything, that this big job field is just there. And then when you go deploy, you gotta keep in mind people want experience and everything. Technically, a lot of times. Well, me, I ain't gonna say a lot of times. I didn't do the job I was supposed to do overseas.
Yeah.
So me coming out, I worked on heavy equipment, basic training and stuff.
Yeah, but when you got to a unit,
When it's time to go get a real job, I didn't have the experience. So it was hard for me to get work. But if we got, you just think about it. We get 3 military bases, one in Conway, one in Hot Springs, one in Pine Bluff. They charge like $5,000, you know what I'm saying, a month per place. It's $15,000. There's just 3 things. You coming over there probably twice.
Yeah, to make sure that this stuff.
You know what I'm saying? That's $15,000. And you can pay people a decent wage where they can, you know what I mean? I'm not, of course, any business is to make money. I'm not a greedy person though. So just like can't think of his name. We did a report on him in business class. Everybody was calling him crazy. He stopped getting his 1.5 million signing bonus. I mean,
kind of spread it out.
70K. Everybody, he paid everybody 70,000.
Recent business too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
people said his business was gonna tank.
Yeah, actually did very well. That he
in the next 2 years, he was like way more people. He hired like 1,000 more people because he paid everybody a livable wage. Yeah. And people was like, "Man, you a fool," because all his business colleagues was like, "You gonna tank? Why would you give him that much money?" And he was like, "Bruh, I own the company, so this money is my money.
It's coming back to me."
Yeah, he was like, and they grew his business. So it's like I tell anybody, even if a person hate his job, if you paying him a good wage, he gonna come. Cause like Rock Reason Metro right now, they pay double time after the 12, so the split time or whatever, they make it like $50 an hour. Well, not like 40, not 50 something on the double time. Like, if you want to, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to reach a goal or whatever, that $50 an hour sound cold. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You more likely going to work that overtime and bring that company more business. I'm paying you $50 an hour, but you done made me, you know what I'm saying, $100,000. Like, why wouldn't I?
I think they go back to, like, I think that is very important what you just said about the whole people think once you transition out of the military that you're going to have all these businesses or opportunities knocking down. I do think that is the fault of the people, some of the people around you as far as, you know, NCOs, because they're supposed to be able to, like, whenever you get people that are getting ready to transition out, you're supposed to help them.
Should.
And, like, you know, show them, like, the certain benefits and tools that they can use to transition out, because you're not lying. They do tell you, oh, when you get ready to transition out, you're going to be able to get this job, or these jobs are waiting for you. Well, the thing about it is this job is saying I'll interview you, but it doesn't guarantee you that you're going to get this job. And I think that's a lost art of a lot of people in the service now. And I think that's one of the big roles that I actually take pride in, is that I'm actually trying to, like, mentor soldiers and, like, give them information. Hey, you know what I'm saying? People are telling me, you know, I got young soldiers telling me about how they want to go to school. All right, cool. Does this school line up to what you can do after the service? You know what? Honestly, okay, you're an engineer right now. I honestly feel like you should probably switch MOSs to something that where, just like you just said, that you can do it on the service side. Then once you finally leave,
it already set.
Yeah, it all worked, because a lot of times that's what screw a lot of people over, and then you don't have anybody to be able to tell you, like, hey, bro, like, you need to make this transition, or this would be a lot better for you if you did it this way, versus, you're a combat engineer, or you're this, you're that. It's cool while you doing it, but once, like, it's not forever. So once you make this transition out, yes, you can, I mean, if you want to be technical, yes, you can take a few skills you learn from this, and try to dress it up on a resume. But it, you know, no, I agree with you saying it doesn't. It doesn't.
I had a person say they wanted to be a sniper. They're older. I'm like, what does that transition to when you get out? Yeah. Because you're not finna do 20.
No.
Because you're older. You're not doing 20 years.
I give you max.
So you finna probably finna do one contract. Yeah. And that's another thing. Because of whatever social media is doing right now, everybody feel like
they're gonna do 20 years.
This military, it's a cheat code. You're gonna get in 6 years and somehow get this 100% rating from the VA and you're gonna get the VA home loan and all this other stuff and not go to war. Like, people be commenting that, hey, a lot of people don't go to war. And I'm like, listen, they didn't get called. You training to go to war. I'm like, that is what the job is.
Yeah. I agree.
So you thinking that you finna live this cushion life and not do nothing for it is crazy. And I'm like, you might make the contract that 6 years or whatever. But I'm like, you're not getting those benefits you think you finna get from that 6-year contract. But they think, you know, because of people they done talk to or whatever, because you might have a person like Calhoun. Okay. Calhoun never deployed. He got hurt on duty. Yeah. So, but he got, you know, his VA situation.
He got it. Okay, yeah.
But a lot of times that don't happen. I'm like, and you will go through, because I'm like, yo, they saying this is combat related or whatever. And you got to prove these things. But people believe that, hey, join the military, automatic cheat code. 6 years, you're going to get out, get a federal job. You're probably going to do an overseas contract. These things do not be happening like that.
Well, I think the issue is because, once again, you got to know who to go to get this information from. Because a lot of people gate guard that information. And they don't want to share it.
Hazelwood was a horrible soldier, but he got the contract. Like, soon as we came home, he back over there. making quadruple what we was making while we was over there, and he ain't even got to leave the wire. He just chilling, really. So I'm like, man, everybody was trying to do that.
Yeah, but
But somehow he was the only one that was able to rock out. With the unit doing that, I'm like, dang, okay.
Yeah.
But those type of situations, military is, like I tell people, if you ain't got no other options,
go to the military.
I think that'll be a straight thing. But don't you seeing these veterans that you meeting and
they telling you like, hey, they ain't going the way you think it is.
They see him, ain't nothing wrong with him. But he got the truck and all this. He disabled. He living the cushion life.
Boy, back hurt like a
man. Man, strap metal in his knee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When he go outside, it hurt when the sun out. But for some reason, y'all think that this stuff gravy. Yeah. And then you think it's gonna happen within 6 years.
It is not.
That's what I be like, man, listen. Them contracts, because they flash a little money in your face.
Sure do. They do.
You re-up that contract thinking that, man, the first 6 years was straight, I ain't do nothing. The next one, you going to Afghanistan. They got you. And when you over there, it's a toss-up. You think stuff sweet, like, you know what I'm saying?
So you mean to tell me that training to get you real like you think it is?
Man.
I tell people all the time.
It's a whole different scenario.
I tell people all the time, that training is cool till it's the real thing. Yeah. It's different when it's the real thing.
That's what I told the dude that said that stuff. You get in the war zone. You ain't had to go to Afghanistan and shoot choppers. I said, boy, they was blowing stuff up. The ground was shaking. They
chopper would have been happy.
Yeah, I said I heard chopper bullets over there. That wasn't nothing. I didn't move. That didn't move.
I prefer a small.
I said they shot something. It sounded one time. Boom! Everything shook, and I was like, bruh. I'm like, stuff falling out the sky. You see these things. It hit the ground. I'm like, bruh, this ain't no. You not at war. Like, bruh, you used to go step somewhere and just die.
It could be over, yeah.
Come on, man. Folks is crazy, but. Like I said, don't join the military thinking something sweet and you're going to end up getting duped and be out there looking silly.
Yeah, have a game plan. Make
for real. Like, you need to have a plan in motion. And like I said, I got a sergeant. She basically a master sergeant. Mm. She like 30. You know what I'm saying? To rank the school, she did everything. She had that plan. Handled the business. She was the one that got me back in and got the military, you know what I'm saying?
Stuff straight,
yeah, she was handling business. If you don't go in there with a plan, you're going to end up somewhere looking crazy. There's a dude that came to basic training with me. He didn't even know he signed up for active duty. He thought it was in reserves.
Really?
Man had to call his wife and tell him, man, we got to move. Like, randomly, he thought he was going back home because everybody else was going to their things. He had to go to a duty station. He was like, no. And I think his duty station was in somewhere crazy. It was like Arizona. It was somewhere crazy where he wasn't nowhere near.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Not having a plan, not listening. I'm like, man, that fine print, it's like a car salesman, man. In the middle of the government be telling you some stuff. You better read all that.
Bro, you got
and go through it, and
you got to get with people
you dang near need a lawyer when you go in there to read your stuff, the contract that they giving you, because they quick. They'll tell you something, and next thing you know, you on a plane. Thinking you was finna stay at home and do this, like even with the ROTC.
I love when they get people with that. Well, I got that stabilization with no mobilization.
They got me.
I
with
said,
it.
oh, that don't mean nothing.
Got me quick.
That don't mean nothing. I mean, sound good.
4-year non-deployable. Yeah. Then they talk about the ROTC thing. You know what I'm saying? You score high on the test. You don't go to war.
Because they know for a fact most people from an ROTC standpoint aren't going to do this officer thing. They're not. Most of them are. I'm telling you right now. They also don't
tell you the whole thing, though. So ROTC, they offer a contract as well. You got to sign that.
Yeah.
You could be in ROTC, but if you ain't signed that contract, they can pull you out.
You're right.
It was a few dudes on deployment in college. ROTC.
Yeah, they didn't sign that ROTC contract.
They got snatched. They was in Afghanistan with me in the middle of their school year. They was like, yo, you got deployed. They had to exit school and come over there. And I was like, that's something that they don't tell you. The recruiter telling you, you go ROTC, non-deployable.
Sound good. Yeah, to get you
he ain't telling you that you need to sign that contract in there.
ROTC,
And like you say, a lot of people don't even realize that you think you want to be an officer. Just the fact that running is different.
Yeah.
And then you can't talk to your people. Like, it's, they separating it and all that stuff. It's really, you got to be a certain way to be, in my opinion, an officer.
No, I do think I agree with you. It is but I think most people don't understand that there's levels to that until you start kind of mixing and melding it, because a lot of motherfuckers get a little too comfortable with each other and like not realizing, because I think, I'm not gonna lie, it happened to me. Once I got my 6, I kind of started seeing what the 6s and the 5s above me were tell me, like, no, dog, like things are a little different. You like, oh no, it's just rank. Which in theory, yeah, it is just rank. But when shit goes sideways or shit gets fucked up, guess what? Guess who gets blamed? You get blamed.
Right.
Oh, motherfuckers ain't doing this. Why ain't you tell them? Because you're the authority here, and all of a sudden you start realizing, okay, I got to kind of maneuver a lot better. Or what happens is you remember that when you was a 4 or 3 or 4, that E6 that was super, super cool, that hung with y'all and did this, not realize that he was fucked up on the back end and wasn't handling the business the way he was supposed to.
Right.
So like it's a mixture of things. And once again, you get motherfuckers that get cool with the officer in the unit, and then they go to another officer thinking shit cool because, well, I fuck with my XO like this. We chop, not realizing that you can't maneuver like that with everybody. So now your folks getting a call about your soldier up here thinking they back on the block, or, you know what I'm saying, talking to this this way. Now all of a sudden you look ate the fuck up and not handling business.
Yeah. Nah, I definitely get that. You don't think you need to have a mixture of it though?
You do need to have okay, the biggest thing I learned is, okay, so if the roles reversed, you was my 6 and I was under you, and we still friends. I understand that on a personal level, it's just me and you, we gonna work this way. But I know once we get in front of people, even though if you like Reggie now, I'm still going to hold you in a certain regard, because, and a lot of them don't know how to do that.
Like, you don't think, like, far as, because I feel like that E6, when E6 is turned into, you know what I'm saying, lieutenants and everything, they make better because they in the
I agree.
in the mix, in the trenches with your soldiers. So it's like a respect thing, and cause like even with Numar, he was the platoon sergeant, but he was, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say he was kicking with the black folk, but he was down there with us. Yeah. So same thing with the certain level of respect. You ain't necessarily trying to get him in trouble.
No, I agree that, but
you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree, but at the same time, you got to realize, like, it's about how that XO handle, because you might have somebody like Numar that was cool with that, and then you have a new XO come in, or a new, you know what I'm saying, come in and do that, and now all of a sudden you getting jammed up because now all of a sudden these people coming and talk to him too much now. Why do they feel comfortable talking to your LT? Now you got to figure out, like, hey man, I need to be this buffer in between the two now, because this person ain't that person, and you tell the guys that, but it still don't click to them. Not everybody has that. All right, we here.
I definitely understand it. I don't know, man. And that, you know, when we in the war, I feel like, man, we gotta have this, even though that respect and stuff is there. Cause my man, I gotta trust you to have my back.
No, I agree.
And you gotta trust me to have yours. No. So I'm not trying to fuck up and everything, but you, at the same time, and like I said, it's probably because I'm older and I'm looking at it this way too. But I used to bump heads with them all the time about certain shit they would say. But I gotta know, you know what I'm saying? You gotta transcend.
But see, that's different though as well. With you bump heads, because it's one thing to bump heads with somebody like you that I know once we bump heads, it leaves no further than this, and then I know you gonna do your shit and be on it. You bump heads with certain motherfuckers, and then it's still, I gotta come tell you to do this. I gotta come tell you to do this. I gotta make sure you did this. Now it's like now I'm getting the mouth and you not doing the job.
Like you look at it, when we came back, the lieutenants, you had what the black dude, Bishop. He understood, you know, all basically knew me basically. Like when they was saying, is we gonna go to the thing? I was like, I ain't going to that. It wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? You know what I was a private. So but it's like they understood that. All right,
it's a different type of relationship, because
it's different.
Like, all right, fuck it, you ain't going to
Yeah, but the next dude said, I ain't going. He was like, man, you going. I'm putting your name down. He was like, but I outrank him. He's like, he different. And then you just moving on. I'm just like, bro.
But see, that type of shit causes problems though, because now I can. Yes, it causes problem now, because now you have to, like, it'd be like Fred be like, all right, Fred, I'm gonna write your name down, Fred, but you know,
but My thing, it would have been whatever he would have did.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know I'm not coming.
Yeah.
So whatever disciplinary action, I'm accepting that.
Yeah.
But it's like, why would you even?
Not everybody do that though.
Yeah,
Fred.
but it's like, why would you even? You know you finna get me in trouble. You doing this intentionally because you know I'm not coming to this.
Boy, let me tell you about them privates.
But my conversation was different.
They will throw you under the bus.
Yeah,
They will say, oh, Sergeant so didn't tell me. I know you fucking lying.
But you know, I would tell the first certain things that I wasn't finna do.
Yeah, but see, once
this stuff was different. Like he afraid you need to pass PT test. I'm trying to get out. Well, you gotta finish your time. Like what? This is a punishment to me that y'all are doing right now. Let me out.
That boy dirty. He said, bro, what I need to do to get out? Give me a direct order so I can disobey it. Because I want to get out.
Like, it was like, I didn't say that on my own, but
Dirty said that. He said, I want to get out.
Because he was like, Mom, I'm not in this state. I got to keep coming down here. Yeah. I'm losing money. Yeah, he was like, every time I come to drill, I'm losing money. Like, bro, let me out. Let me go.
Yeah, he did. I remember that.
Like, I just was like, bro, I'm not. Cause I kept telling him, bro, my back hurt. Y'all was telling me all this extra stuff. My back hurt. Y'all got me here. We need to wrap this up. They'll be like, you need to do this. So I was like, okay. I just started going to the VA. I come every drill, doctor statement. And now I go home. And I'm like, bro, I'm not doing this. And dude was like, you got to finish your contract. I just didn't know. He kicked a whole lot of people out that day. But for some reason, I didn't get kicked out. Don't know why he's still in. He should have got kicked out. He kicked out his homeboy for not being there. And these niggas be together. Like,
he's not lying.
He's
not lying about that. Like,
I'm sitting here.
I don't understand how the real guy processed out and I still was in.
Right. Little stupid stuff. I'm in drill. I'm hearing people that ain't got to go to AT. I hear this nigga name. I got to go to AT. I should have been a whole ass nigga. This nigga's lying. He wasn't in nobody's school. They make fake shit. Bro, I'm there pissed too. I'm like, what?
He not lying.
Niggas ain't going to AT. I'm like, I got to go to this shit.
It was just, some certain paperwork that stated that I was in school.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing be like, that's why I be talking to Reggie the way I do. He could have cut me in. He could have filled out some paperwork for me. I didn't want to go to AT. Well, now I got to go to Fort Leonard Wood and be in some dumb stuff. They at home kicking it. It's like, bro, I wanted to tell so bad. Like, why is Reggie still in the Army? He need to get kicked out too. Niggas didn't kick him out. All type of shit going on. I was like, they just didn't like the real. They just couldn't have. Because I was like, bro, they was together every time. And they used to come to me talk about Dirty. But I was like, nigga, me and Dirty don't ride together. Why is you always asking me where this nigga is at? They be like, Fred, where's... And then they would call me Fred. Bro, it was a lot of shit that I just did not...
I was always late, and I wanted to be late.
Know what I'm saying?
I'm fresh out, and I got to do what they do.
Nigga, stay being late.
Oh my God.
Just some bull. Boy, they used to ask me about Dirty all the time. It used to piss me off. Where Dirty at? And I'm like, call that nigga. I would know where he at. He be in the truck sleep. But the shit be like, I didn't drive with this man. This shit used to be crazy, bro.
So with that being said, we gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
These niggas that's protecting y'all country, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be skipping out on annual training. That is important. He finna go to war and fight for you. That's why China fucking us up.
Oh, God.
This shit here.
Oh, God.
You see him? In the military.
He's upset about this.
In the military,
I've changed my ways. I'm an exemplary soldier. I actually take my job very seriously.
Can't change their spots.
With that being said, thank you for tuning in to No Jive.
No Jive, motherfucker.
And this is a Swan Done production.